for rodeo. Obviously, where I come from in Alberta, Calgary Stampede is one of our big events and the pride and the culture of rodeo, and I barrel race.
Bronze medalist in the skeleton at the 2006 Olympics in Italy, Melissa Hollingsworth is in studio with us this morning.
Hey. Thanks so much for coming in, and all we've been doing is ogling your pictures. Oh, sorry. That's all I've been doing.
Okay, so it started out with wrestling. We started out with wrestling, because Scotty's trying to describe the move he does in the pictures. That's the German Claw by Killer Karl Krupp. You know who he is. If you're listening, you know Killer Karl Krupp, German Claw. Well, Melissa's from out west. You're not too sure, but then we find out that you wanted to be who when you were growing up?
I wanted to be Miss Elizabeth.
Wow,
like
the WWF. Randy Macho Man Savage's manager.
You wanted to be married to Randy Macho Man Savage?
No, I just used to buy the magazines, and I remember the July issue of 1988, and she was the centerfold, and she's sitting in her vanity in front of her mirror, and she's beautiful.
Good night.
Wow. Right. Are you disappointed in the choice you made rather than pursuing that, or?
No, I think I have a pretty good life.
So
things have gone okay.
They're okay.
They've gone, not a lot of regret there. I'm sure somewhere deep in the dark of night, once in a while, you wake up and Macho Man! And that's, no?
Yeah, in the sleeper mode.
Oh my God. We can't believe, you cannot believe how happy we are to have you here.
And then Scotty ends up, we're talking, and then all of a sudden Scotty starts asking, so are you a model? Is there a, you
totally you are a model, but you wouldn't say that's your first career or anything, but my gosh, the photos online of Melissa.
Scotty safe searched. He safe searched, Google imaged Melissa while she was standing in the room. Usually that's something that doesn't happen. No, find some pictures. There's got to be some pictures.
Well, the computer screen was tilted away from me, so it's not
that's sorry.
She wandered, to her credit, wandered right around the counter, and it was okay. It was the pictures were all right.
So you have a chance to do photo shoots for sponsors and for different organizations, is that?
For sure. I think that's one of our roles as Olympians, you know, to try and represent different companies and different charities, and so there might be a few pictures out there that people have set up appropriately, not just with a hand cam or anything like that, so there's some neat modeling shoots. One of the best ones, if you go to my website, which is melissahollingsworth.ca, there's some pretty cool cars under my speaking program called Passion for Excellence. And
we're going to link to that on our website, xl96.com. The photo shoot, now this is to you know, support a sponsor, and this program that they've sponsored you on, this is because you were so busy, people wanted you to come and speak at, you know, to children at schools and stuff. So now we go through, if we wanted to book you, is that how it works? Is that this website was set up so that we could find out where you are and when you're available and try to arrange? Is that it?
That's right, yeah. You can go two ways, obviously, my website. But this one is specifically for kids at schools and community programs that wouldn't necessarily have the budget to bring anybody to come in and speak. And obviously my story is a unique one about perseverance and adversity, and trying to promote more of the healthy lifestyle as well. And so it's the Lowry group that allows me to go into the community to speak.
I don't want to ask a rude question because you never ask a lady her age, but how old were you when the Olympics were in Calgary?
I was 7 years old.
Was that a big inspiration for you?
Well, it was.
But did you think at the time, hey, I'm going to do that someday?
Wrestling was also on.
Well, yeah, that's right. Which was wrestling was bigger at the time. Yeah,
turn it back to wrestling.
I remember my experience where I started falling in love with the Olympic Games was watching Marty McBean win gold in rowing.
Oh yeah.
And
that was
Katrina
really so neat
as well.
Yeah.
So, and I wasn't ever interested in either one of those sports, but just their personalities and who they are and how they represented Canada is what inspired me.
We'd see you on TV, and I would be like, wow, you must have been killer on the toboggan hill when you were a kid. Is that true?
Yeah, for sure. I love my crazy carpet.
Oh,
as soon as I
man.
came home, I'd grab it and run head first.
That's
Jump
fantastic.
on my stomach.
Now, yesterday we had the bobsledding team in, and they gave you props. They said you have yours is one of the hardest sports to train for because you have to run fast while you're crouched over, basically almost touching the ground, running as fast as you can. Is that right?
Well, yeah, obviously we're built as humans to run upright, not with our knuckles dragging on the ground.
Oh.
So it is something that is very, very technical. So it's very difficult. But you know, I train with Kaylee and Heather and with the bobsledders, and the amount of weight that they can throw around is absolutely amazing.
So how did it all start? The skeleton wouldn't, maybe, what is that? Maybe not your first choice, or was that your first choice? That you saw it and said, this is for me?
Did you not catch the crazy carpet portion of the crazy carpet a few minutes ago?
But I mean, usually you start, don't you find that, okay, I'm really fast, now how can I turn this into something, you know, greater?
Right.
Is that how it started for you, or?
My story is somewhat unique. My cousin Ryan Davenport is a 2-time world champion in skeleton, and he also builds our sleds. So I was young, I was 15, doing my regular high school sports, track, volleyball, and basketball, and he thought, hey, we got this athlete in the family, why don't you come out here? I like to ride horses and quads, snowmobiles, go fast, so I thought, sure, I'll try this, and loved it.
Do they get nervous when you're like doing barrel racing and stuff like that? Are you allowed to do that? Do they give you a hard time?
Actually, I've got myself into some trouble before with my federation. They tend to shake a finger at me and say, "You remember, you're one of our athletes.
Yeah.
You get hurt doing something else. It's
Wow.
big trouble." But
You can't take the country out of the girl.
no,
That's-
not at all. I know that that's something that's really important for me. It's balance. It's something that's in my spirit, and I'm only going to be my best at what I do on the skeleton track when I have that time with my horse. So.
Wow. What kind of message, when you speak to kids, what is the message, the takeaway message you want those kids to have?
Well, I think the number one thing is participation, because when I was in grade 5 and 6, I was pretty insecure and shy, and my worst grade on my report card was phys ed. And they're shocked when they hear that, because how do you have an Olympic medal and that was your worst grade?
Wow.
And it comes down to just, you know, dropping those walls, not being afraid to participate, and then you start to, you know, maybe meet some friends or enjoy those activities, and then you never know where it's going to take you. There's so many life lessons that you can learn through sport.
Oh, that's a great message. We have 5 daughters between the two of us.
Wow.
Under 12.
Wow.
You always worry about self-esteem and,
Yes.
that sort
It's
of
a
thing.
constant issue, and you're right. You've heard the thing about sports. You know, their mom, especially my wife, is with the kids. You know, well, you know what sports is going to give them. It's going to be one of those components that's going to give them some confidence. So, you know, I can do it. You know, you don't have to be the best at it. It's just that being a part of a team and having somebody say, you know, hey, that was great, that sort of thing. It happens so much more in sports than any other aspect of life. Eh?
For sure, and you know, you learn everything. You learn how to communicate. You learn how to be a leader. You learn how to win. You learn how to lose. You set goals. It's there's everything that you can think of in life you can learn through sport, and you know, it keeps your heart pumping and the blood flowing. And
Your worst grades were in phys ed.
yeah.
Well, listen, there is a lot of identification going on in this room right now. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow. So, all right, and your favorite wrestler would be?
Oh, I really like Jake the Snake. He was super cool.
Wow. Wow.
Such a compelling story with Jake the Snake,
Was
too.
it the DDT?
Yes.
Big move?
Holy mackerel. Melissa, I don't...
Do you want to go have brunch or
I
something?
think maybe, yeah, we're going to shut down the radio station, and we'd like you to come to our house. Jeepers creepers. This is so much, it's so easy to talk to, and there's so much, because I know you've got other things planned today, and we appreciate that you've been generous with your time. Now, tomorrow, are you part of the festivities tomorrow?
I will be, yes.
So,
So hopefully get to meet some people from Moncton.
Well, this is the deal. We're going to be at the market in downtown Moncton, and you're going to get a chance to come out and meet not only Melissa, but dozens of other Olympic athletes. You guys are going to have your medals there, and that was the thing with Mike. Are their medals going to be here? Well, what, you wouldn't go if they didn't have their medals? Well, you know, we want to see the shiny stuff. But you're going to have a chance to get autographs and hear the Olympic heroes speak. And I know that if my daughters could have heard, you know, just that bit you talked about gym class. And, you know, when you
Fantastic.
started doing what you did, and I think that's just, it's so important to hear.
Yeah, well, for sure. Don't be shy. Everybody come up and talk to us, because everyone's got really cool stories of how they are where they're at today in their sporting career.
And if you have any, we're on the circuit here. If you have any wrestling memorabilia, you want Melissa to sign maybe, to bring it by tomorrow. Okay, you can go to our website. Melissa, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Go to our website. We'll link to Melissa's website, and you can get more information on what's shaking downtown tomorrow. Go to xl96.com.